Qurba. We are the ones who are close to Rasulullah, because this was the argument they used in Saqifa as well, saying that we are the closest to Rasulullah. So we are the ones who have legitimacy of rule. Now, inshallah, tomorrow I will go into the greater depths of this subject, the politics of this, and how then the ulama afterward then defended this, and how they defended this. And inshallah, maybe I've got today's and maybe 2 more lectures, because inshallah there's a couple of other people who want, maybe it might be the penultimate lecture, and the next lecture might be the concluding lecture. Before I finish, Ashura. A question has been asked, when is Ashura? And I think there's been some mix-up of dates. Ashura will inshallah be on Wednesday. On Wednesday. So this has been confirmed.
Date's top date as well.
Sorry?
Mention the date, 7th of January.
Is it the 7th?
Yes.
Yeah, Wednesday? Yeah. 7th of January. And the Majlis of Ashura and the programs inshallah will be announced as we go along inshallah next couple of days. So Ashura will be on Wednesday. So Shabi Ashur will be on Tuesday, and Ashura will be on Wednesday. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. अब मैं इब्राहिम कावा सैयद इसम ज़ैद से दुआ करूँगा कि अफसोस करें. नारे तकबीर, नारे रिसालत. And they did this through economics. Economics, and also making people aware that this family has no importance. Because if the people realize that this family has importance, then people will question them. What is your importance if these people are so superior? Why have you taken over the realms of government, the realms of control, if this family is so important? They wanted to show the world that this family is of no importance. And in their sayings, they showed that this family is actually not Zil Qurba. This is not the Zil Qurba. Because if they believed that this was the Zil Qurba, Abdullah ibn Abbas would never have complained. Abdullah ibn Abbas complained that we thought we were the Zil Qurba, we were the ones upon whom Khums was obligatory. So this was a collective punishment for being the family of Rasulullah. We hear about collective punishments in Palestine, where if one Palestinian does anything wrong, the whole of the area is flattened. The whole of the suburb is flattened. The whole of the flat system is flattened. That is called collective punishment. And United Nations have outlawed collective punishment. And these people who claim to be Muslims, they enforced this collective punishment on the family of Rasulullah. So they try to strengthen their own selves. How? By taking control of the lands of Rasulullah. By showing them that we are the inheritors of Rasulullah. We are the ones who are the most important in the eyes of Allah and Rasulullah. So, what did they do? The state, instead of giving khums, and how could they? How could they? If they had taken Fadak away, they have taken Khilafat away, they have taken khums away, how could they implement this Qurani injunction? How could they implement the Qurani ayat? They could not, because it goes against to the principles that they were putting forward. So you cannot expect them to do this, because it goes against what they had planned. They had planned to take everything away from them, and this ayah of the Quran is saying, give to them. They are taken away, and Allah is demanding, give to them. Give to the Ahlul Bayt. And they are taking it away from the Ahlul Bayt. So there is 180 degrees difference in the directions. One is going this way, and one is going the other way. So in order to make their own government strong, what did the state do? That was their first policy, was to make their so-called people whom they feared, which were the Ahlul Bayt, weak. And they did that. And amongst Sunni Shia dialogue, there's one question which comes up, and a couple of my brothers have mentioned this to me. They say that when we speak to our Sunni brothers, they say that you Shias are hung up on this subject. Why don't you move somewhere else and talk about something else? Why do you get so stressed up about Fadak? Fadak was a small piece of land. It was only a few orchards, a few trees towards Khaybar. So what if Abu Bakr didn't give? The first Khalifa didn't give. My question to them is, if Sayyidah Fatimah Zahra was asking for a small piece of land, a few orchards, why was the government so concerned about these few orchards? What logic is there? A government worried about few orchards, a few yards of land? It doesn't make any sense. This argument in itself doesn't hold water, because it must be substantial land for the government to be interested. For the government to be interested in Fadak, there must be substantial income coming from this. It wasn't like, I have heard not just some brothers say, I have read this myself in Sunni books, that this was a small piece of land and the Shias get worked up about it. No, we don't get worked up about, because they did everything to keep it. So, what does the state do now? The situation in Medina, it wasn't as dangerous as people claim. This is something which you may or may not read in history books. The situation in Medina was not as dangerous as Sunni historians have written. They say that the situation of Medina was so dangerous that you had munafiqs surrounding the whole of Medina. And when we talk about the munafiqs, they say the Shias, see, they talk about munafiqs all the time. And yet when it comes to defending their own position, they say the whole of Medina was surrounded munafiqs. When they talk about munafiqs, then that's acceptable. But when we talk about munafiqs, that is Shia. That is Shia ideology. Like talking about the people as munafiqs. So they present this picture. They present this picture that the whole of Medina was in a state of turmoil. It was in a dangerous situation. My question to you is, if Medina was in a state of turmoil, on a precipice, just about to fall off from everything Islam and Rasulullah had built for Islam, if it was so close, why did Rasulullah had ordered Usama to leave Medina? You do not empty a city of your soldiers if you know there's an imminent danger. It's a